First shots with the Arsenal Strike 1, also known as the Strij in Russian. That, by the way, is the Swift, a type of bird that looks pretty badass and looks quick. Probably why it's called a Swift in English. Anyways, wanted to get my hands on one of these for about 6 years and lucked out. Long sight radius, long barrel. That I believe it's called the Bergman action that was also used in the Archon Type B. Should make for a smooth shooter. Got a piece of steel at about 15 yards or so to throw these rounds at. Just first 10 shots to get a feel for it. 115 grain federal aluminum or federal brass training ammo. Sits very low in the hand. It feels quick. To me, it just straight back and lands where your sights were before the shot. That's a fun shooter. This is going to be a fun review.
So my first shots through the Strike 1. I'll tell you first thoughts in the hand is this is very comfortable. I'm looking forward to it. Little stiff on the mag release there. Well, that was all over the place. Ugh, I always run out just when I am starting to enjoy it. That is so much fun to shoot.
Full mag plus one using that federal white box training ammo. 17 round mags, which is why this is one of the few guns I get my whole hand on. And man, it must be nice to be one of you small hand people because it's pretty comfy. Mag release was a little sticky on that right side. We'll have to make note of that throughout the rest of the test. But 17 round mags, we got 18 rounds with one in the pipe. You can kind of see through the relief here. Whether or not there's a round in the chamber, I wouldn't really, you'd want to do press checks on this gun. Anyways, same piece of steel. So I got something to aim at, see how the gun runs with a full mag plus one of some affordable federal training ammo. Very smooth, locked back, no issues. I couldn't see the ejection pattern there, but hopefully you did. It's What's for Dinner Time, our trademark test, looking for load compatibility. We've got 10 different loads here, with including steel case, aluminum case, brass case, nickel-plated brass, full metal jackets, flat nose, even some soft points. We're firing 3 rounds of each, looking to see, does the gun pick up from slide lock? Is there enough energy from these rounds to cycle the gun and load a second round? And will it lock the slide open? Testing the magazine compatibility would be a lot more time and cost prohibitive. That's why we do just these 3. It could be done with 2, but we do a 3rd shot to reduce variables. Once again, thanks as always to those who are Ammo Squared supporters. Your purchases are part of how we keep this test going. Let's see how this Strij does.
So the first course through the Strike 1 will be some heavy duty, heavy shot, frangible, non-toxic 100 grain. I'm gonna aim for the first circle square. I threw the second one.
Yeah, you did.
Next up, we have Norma's monolithic hollow point. These are 108 grain for the second circle square. Huh?
Just a circle.
Oh, it is just a circle. I'll just aim at the circle number 2. That stuff's a little snappy. the gun is accurate. And next we have Blazer's 115 grain aluminum cased, as Graham has mentioned many times. Aluminum contracts and expands at a different rate, so we sometimes see issues, and that's why we test it for circle number 3. And for circle number 4, we have Hornady's American Gunner. These are 115 grain. Oh, shot high. Seems to be shooting a little high for me. That could be my sight picture though. And for circle 5, the Archon 124 grain.
Black nickel plated cases.
Black nickel plated casings. They're very pretty. I usually enjoy them.
Target number 6, we've got some MagTech 124 grain soft points. Not a load you see very often, but popular in places where hollow points aren't allowed. They can gum up guns. See how the strige does with it. Sorry, I just enjoy saying strige. Target number 6. Stout recoil. But cycled the gun. Mag release on the right side worked fine that time. Target number 7, Hornady's Steel Match. This is 125 grain lacquer painted, so it's a lacquered steel case. We have the expansion issues plus the lacquer issues. For high round count hot guns, the lacquer can gum things up. See how the strige runs for these 3 on target number 7. And I can say that it's definitely hitting high for me as well. Target number 8, Federal's Syntech Training Match, because that makes sense. Anyways, it's a 147 grain. It's the purple stuff, flat nose, round. Tends to be a soft shooter. Nope, not a soft shooter.
That looks bad.
I apparently confused that load with a different one because that was not soft at all. But it ran. And for target number 9, Federal Syntech Action Pistol. This is the stuff for the gamers to be able to shoot fast. Really soft shooting, 150 grain. And this stuff I actually know is a soft shooter. Really pleasant. If you want to look John Wicky, this 150 grain is how to do it. Target number 9. Watch the gun for recoil on this load. Not quite as accurate. In fact, my first shot is the one that went way high, and that hole, at least to my naked eye, does not look straight. Target number 10, the PPU subsonic line 158 grain, big old fat pills. I'm sure it'll create enough pressure in the barrel this long, but you never know. It is a different action, might require a different amount of energy to cycle. Target number 10. It ran. Not our most accurate day. I will say we are standing a little farther than our normal 7 yards away. Tia, what was your reason?
I think it's because the target is 8 yards away and we have a longer barrel.
Yeah, I mean with a 4.9 inch barrel, you're practically 7 yards by the time you point it out, right? Anyways, ate everything we fed it. Runs pretty smooth. Let's see what it does for accuracy when we're trying to be accurate. Keeping that same distance, we're going to be shooting Nosler match. This is 147 grain from 8-ish yards at the left circle square.
I too will be using the Nosler 147 grain for my 5 yards. 5 shots at 7 yards. I'm just gonna shoot now because I can't talk. Wish me luck. At the right circle square. Damn it.
And of course the fifth. So after 6 years of waiting just to hold one, what is it like to finally shoot the Arsenal Strike 1? It is a really comfortable gun for me to hold. Not just the ergonomics of it, which are a bit odd as you saw on the tabletop with that fin in the back and gripping and everything, but for me it's just special because I can get my whole hand on it, and that doesn't happen very often. So that might be skewing my impressions of how softly it shoots, because normally I'm doing a 2-finger hold or a 1.5-finger hold, but it feels pretty darn smooth to me. The slide, when the action finishes cycling, you're pretty much right back where you started on target. It's got that ground power-ish just smoothness in a quick cycling action. The sights are okay. As you saw on the tabletop, there's not much you can do about them because the rear sight, it appears, is also the back plate. So there's not a lot of aftermarket. They do have that funky dots on the front. Don't know what that's for. I'm hoping somebody, one of you on the internets, can tell us why there are suicide sights on this. That's what it appears to be. I'm sure by using that word, Google's now going to demonetize this video. But you can certainly see how well aligned you are from the front of the gun. That goofiness aside, smooth performer, something that I could definitely shoot quickly if I wanted to. And I mean, I'm a sucker for long-barreled guns. I prefer over 4 inches, because that way your ammo performs as intended. You know it's hitting the velocity that it needs to. Unless you're shooting one of those for small handgun loads, most of your defensive loads are developed around a 4-inch barrel. So when you go less than 4 inches, you're not getting that velocity. It may not hit hard enough and fast enough to open. So defensively, less than 4 inches is inferior. Also, you get the longer sight radius with the longer barrel gun, and it just makes it easier to shoot. This thing was really comfy. As far as how does it compare with the Archon Type B and which one's better for you, that's going to be another video.
So my grouping was a little bit better. I'm going to say that the reason that that one shot was thrown is I thought I had a malfunction. The trigger didn't feel like it had reset, and when I checked the gun and came back, I wasn't in the same line of, or I didn't have the same sight picture as I had for the other shots. That aside, I can tell you that this is an awesome shooting gun. It's so comfortable in my hand. Yes, it's, you know, bigger than what I need, but that to me is just comfort. It just lends some security, knowing that I can get everything I have and need behind it to shoot well. Yeah, I really like this thing. It's got some memory points on it that I've noted while I was shooting it. The mag release on the right does not dig into my knuckle like they can on some. Overall, I really enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to doing the comparison with the Archon.